Well, she said she's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.
We are excited to welcome Candace Derricks, who hasn't been here for a while because she's off traveling the world. Now, you recently spent a week in California on a press trip, and so you're going to share some of the amazing things you can do there.
Absolutely.
Sunny California.
Well, this was my first trip to California.
Really?
Yeah,
What?
and
You're kidding.
Right? I'm hooked now. I'm hooked now. I'm convinced I should have been a California girl. Really?
used to
Like
live
on a
there.
surfboard. And
Did you?
Did you really?
Yeah, I
Where?
lived there, Hermosa Beach.
Nice.
Hermosa Beach for 6 months in the early 80s when I was trying to be an actress. So I could drive up on the 405 every day and in my rent-a-wreck rental.
Right.
But yeah, no, I love California.
Do you know what struck me as a little bit funny, not funny, but I guess odd about California was it was one of these places that immediately felt so familiar because we're so inundated in Canada with those images of Sunset Boulevard and Mulholland Drive and the Hollywood sign.
Yeah.
And as soon as I saw that Hollywood sign, I've seen it a million times before. And you know it, but just seeing it in person is much different, isn't it?
So it feels familiar.
Familiar, yeah, it does. It feels familiar, and I the Californians are so nice. I think they should be Canadian.
I think the thing I enjoyed about being there, living there, was that you could be sort of skiing or mountain climbing or hiking through the woods and on the beach the next day. You could do so much.
Super diverse, right? Really, and I think California is a little like Europe. You don't try and go to Europe and do it in a week, right? You're gonna break it up, and I think California is very much that way. It really is. It's really diverse from top to bottom in all kinds of ways, and along the interior as well. So we were there 6 days press trip. So it's jam-packed. We're going to see as much as we can in a short period of time. And boy, did we. First thing we did was West Hollywood, which is actually only 3 square kilometers.
Did you go to the farmer's market?
We didn't. We did a walking tour through West Hollywood. And did you know West Hollywood is California's most walkable city according to Walk Score? So it scored 91 out of 100.
That's not bad.
Wow.
Yeah. So you can walk anywhere you need to go in West Hollywood. And of course, it's bursting at the seams with history and culture and juicy little tidbits about stars and things like that. So it is a fascinating place. And if you do get there, the Restoration Hardware there actually has a rooftop that's open to the public at any time. It's an outdoor garden. And it looks out over the city, and it's beautiful, very serene. From there, we went to the Santa Ynez Valley. So if you're familiar with the movie Sideways,
Oh, yeah.
with the trip through the winery,
Yes.
that's sort of this whole area. And before I left, I was talking to my dad, and I said, "Yeah, we're going to this Fess Parker winery." And my dad, Fess Parker.
Yeah, really.
He was all starstruck. And I had no idea. But so he was Davy Crockett, Daniel Boone, and he was in Old Yeller. I knew none of this. And so he's...
You were just going for the wine.
I'm like, I'm in on the wine, all right? So, but he's a bit of an icon in California. And so in Santa Ynez Valley in particular, he has a 1,000-acre ranch and winery. It's a working ranch. And there's also a restaurant, the Bear and Star, that's attached to that, and an inn, all in this area. And it's absolutely beautiful. Dinner at the Bear and Star is amazing.
Okay.
And then there's a little town called Solvang, which is like based on, it's very Danish. You'd almost think you just fell into a European city. And so there we did what's called a pastry crawl. So instead of a pub crawl...
No fat calories there.
No,
Were you walking
We
between?
were walking it off.
Oh, yeah,
no, we
right.
weren't. Yeah, I definitely, I was like glad I packed stretchy pants on this trip. So it was, anyway, carb overload, but delicious. This little town has 5 Danish bakeries in it for a small town. And it really is where the locals gather and share their news. And then we went to Santa Barbara.
Nice.
Love Santa Barbara.
Yeah.
So they only have a population of about 100,000. So it's sort of small, but it's called the American Riviera. And State Street is where all the great shopping is. And there's a wonderful, actually, consignment shop there I found. And they had Manolo Blahniks in there and Gucci bags. And yeah, I didn't buy anything, but it was tempting. But if you were looking, you could do it there. And we did this great walking tour. One of the best walking tours I've ever done there and it's called Eat This, Shoot That.
Eat This, Shoot That. I'm hoping you're
Isn't
talking
that
photographs.
fun? Isn't that fun? Yeah, it's a fun name, and you walk around. And it's a food, wine, beer, spirits tour, and you do a bunch of stops, and you take photos with your camera, and they give you guidance, and you get some history and some tidbits in between. It was super fun. Then we did Ventura County, where we did a 60-kilometer bike ride along California's coastal highway.
Oh, you worked off the pastry.
No,
It's all good.
I need to start reading these itineraries closer. I'm like, what do you mean 60 kilometers? But it was an electric bike, so we actually went fast.
Okay.
And finally, Santa Monica. I think the perfect place for red eye. If you got a red eye at night, go spend your last day on Santa Monica Beach. You can get a beach butler with Perry's, and they have everything for you. You don't even have to worry about it.
So where can people go to find out all the stuff they want to read more? Have you got a blog up?
So Life in Pleasantville is going to have a whole bunch of stuff on it. And Visit California. Go to the Visit California site, and you can custom tailor a trip that's perfect for you.
All right. Well, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, she said she's magical, mystical, a powerful wonder girl.